Again, I'm a voyeur, so I love it. I'll watch it.
It was definitely
Sideshows that would come in and stuff. Do you still do those?
Yeah.
Like this?
oh, and the butterflies, before you get on, you're waiting in line.
Certified freak, 7 days a week.
Yo, what up, buddy shoppers? Joe Cimino here with
Mary Lou.
oh, and
And
what's up, man?
Hey, Ricky.
What up, Ricky? It's the Pander Man.
Hi.
Que pasa, señores?
Oh, I know.
Hey, what's up, Howard? How you doing? We did, and you know what? As I'm watching the intro, what I realized, two things actually. I need to make a new intro because I look way too young in that intro now. I think I need to update it with the hair. And second, the dancing clip of you dancing, that is at Naughy from 2019.
It is.
So yes,
We're gonna
What's
have
up,
to.
Brad?
Oh, we can use our new clips. Our 360
shit.
clip.
Yeah, oh shit. Maybe. Yeah, with my butt slut shirt. What's up, Minkus? Zoe? How is everybody?
Oh, thank you, Brad.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I know.
Wait, Bob hasn't seen who?
Me.
Us? Oh, you are your two friends.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So I briefly watched the live stream from last week. I watched bits and pieces of it because a friend of ours had said that the audio was a little choppy in places. And having rewatched it, it was it was definitely choppy. So I apologize to those who suffered through the entire stream that way.
Yeah. And for the people that just inadvertently didn't realize that we were actually live and kept walking up.
Yes, apologies for that also. But it did make for, I mean, that's how it got Mastodon in there.
Oh, I know.
Although he wasn't going to bother us. So
Oh,
the
hey,
Merce
everyone
sausage.
from Cleveland.
It must be their dinner night. Well, tell everybody we said hi at dinner. Oh, no, Howard, it was definitely us. So I do apologize for that.
Yeah.
So we'll give you, obviously we're going to give you some recaps of, what happened at Naughy. So first, has anybody who's watching had time to read the article that we posted? It finally got finished 2 nights ago, or was that last night? Maybe it was last night. My days are completely running together. Like I almost forgot it was Wednesday.
Okay. It did seem like we left here, we got there, and we were like running the entire time nonstop. And then Sunday when everything shut down at 2 a.m, it was like we hit the wall. And then nothing happened all day Sunday.
Not a damn thing.
Not a freaking damn thing.
I walked down to get food, brought it back, and that was it. We pretty much crashed in the hotel. Yeah. So that was it. That was our entire trip. It was great, guys.
Yeah. I was actually, on Monday coming back on our flight, I'm like sitting there and I'm like, I was so tired on Sunday. Sunday was my day to go get beignets and then go across the street to Central and get my muffaletta sandwich and then come on down and get my pralines, down on Decatur. Like, I have my stops that I do every single time. And this year I didn't do any of them. And I was like so bummed, but I had so much fun doing everything else that,
So
you know,
yeah,
I was like,
it
okay.
was. I would say I feel the exact same way. Like it felt like it went super fast and it was super chaotic. At the same time, I had an amazing time.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. We got to, well, like you said, it's been since 2019 since we've
Hmm.
seen some of our friends down there, and it was just so crazy to see people in the hallway and be like, "Oh my god," or at registration, like, "Oh my god, I didn't know you guys were coming too." And the hugs and the kisses and the "We'll talk later." Okay.
You know what I thought was
It's
cool? So we volunteered. So and
mhm.
I know that next year they'll be looking for volunteers. So I'm going to get this out of the way quickly. If you have any interest in going and you think, oh, maybe you can't afford it or whatever, there is a way to go at a reduced cost, and you can contact Naughty Events and inquire about volunteering.
Mhm.
They will waive some or all of your door fee. Basically, you just have to pay for
Mhm.
your hotel and airfare. Anyway, so we volunteered. What I was getting ready to say is, I feel like registration is like the great equalizer, because no matter who the person is when they're walking in, they have to present their ID. And it was interesting to interact with some people who maybe have a little notoriety,
Mhm.
you know, going through the check-in process. And this isn't like a poo-poo on them or anything. It was just, kind of interesting. It in my mind, it levels. We're all the same.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it's everyone's on the same playing field, you
Hmm.
know? Everyone is at the same level, it's just a matter of your experiences that might be different,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
other than that, everyone is there with the same mindset, and more or less looking for the same experience, the same thing, and
Yeah.
which is to have a great time in New Orleans with like-minded people, and to see all the shows and all the wonderful activities that they had planned for us, and making it up to the playrooms. That's a little added plus. So,
So I'm going to ask you. So this is completely authentic. This we have not. I've not asked Mary Lou these questions. We've not had this dialogue. We
uh,
really haven't had time to process fully the entire experience. So I'm going to ask Mary Lou, what is the one thing or the one event or whatever that sticks out in your mind that was the most impactful for you?
ooh, see, that's not fair because the one thing that for the entire trip that was most impactful for me was not necessarily an event
Hmm.
per se, but it was me with my first uh person on the Sibian when I was the Sibian engineer for the night.
Okay,
You
so
know,
that's an experience. I mean, like, so what do you
right?
mean?
It was an experience, but it was me volunteering for that. To run the Sibian unknowingly.
What was impactful about that for you?
um, my first person that signed up to try the Sibian out with me was actually a by mail. And, just like we have the Sibian at the club, this Sibian was set up in a room, but it was an open format, s-
Open room, like the group room, open room.
like the group room open. So there were chairs around set up around like in a theater type setting, and the Sibian was placed in the center with myself and all of the attachments and all of the necessary items to run it. And I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of cleaning my stuff off and making sure everything's presentable, and I got them all coordinated based on size, and blah blah
That you
blah,
did.
all the attachments. And I got my whole like spiel going, like this is what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna ask, boom boom boom, you know who's going to be my first one in here? And then this individual walks in and they just very soft spoken was like, is it okay if I try it? And I looked up and I was like, sure, why not? Like no one's going to say anything. And you could all, obviously tell that, they were one shy, hesitant about being out in the open as a bi male trying a Sibian out for the first time.
That's pretty
And then,
fucking ballsy.
yeah, totally. But then, I went through my questionnaire of things and what, do you generally like vibration? Do you like prefer rotation? And they're looking at me like, I don't know. I've never done this. And I was like, okay, well, let me get the squirt bottle of lube. Let's start there.
Wait, did you literally lube his butthole?
No, I did not.
Okay.
I put it on their hand and I told
Inquiring
them,
minds want to know.
yeah, I was like, this is what you need to do, blah, blah, blah. Maybe get a finger in there, twirl it up, blah, blah, blah. Get
Wait,
yourself
you just said you put your fingers in there?
No, I told them what
Did he
to
have to do this?
to, make sure that they got lube on the rim, in and out. Did
That's
the
an
whole
awful wide, like, you're like,
Well, hello, the Sibian does go like this after a while when you get it going. But anyway, so within a few minutes, people started walking by, like, "Ooh, what's going on in there?" Because it was very quiet. Hey, Rockin'
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Yes, Ronnie, you missed
Yeah.
it.
And
Oh, damn, Minkus.
interesting.
Yes.
Good one.
Never. That's
So yeah,
wow.
it was their
Wait,
first
hold on,
time.
hold on. Minkus says that they wrote it as Christina wrote me. It was amazing. Sorry.
There you
Go
go.
ahead.
Awesome. But yeah, so I was the Sibian engineer that night, and my first person up at bat was a bi male. Never had done it before, and I guess I popped their cherry. But what was even more amazing for me wasn't just the courage that they had to walk into an open forum in an open room where other people were, listening and, being voyeurs, because at one point we had a few couples that were in the room watching their experience, that those people were just as equally respectful. They came in, they sat down, they watched, they made out, they had conversation amongst themselves, but they didn't intrude on that particular person's experience. And then when it was all said and done, I helped them get up because their legs were a little queasy.
Mm-hmm.
And, we hugged it out and I sent them on their way. So that for me was the highlight. One
Okay.
of many, I should say, but definitely one of the top,
Okay.
But yeah, I was like, yeah, okay. Pretty ballsy.
Listen, hats off to that person. I mean, obviously I'm out as bisexual, but that's a bridge too far for me right now. Wait, Ricky got kicked out. Did Ricky get kicked out of the chat?
Maybe.
Oh, Bob says, wait, all I have to do is ride the Sibian and Mary Lou will hug me.
I hug you all the time.
No, but I think he's looking for a little more intimate hug. Like I just rode the Sibian and had my butthole vibrated open. Hug.
Oh my god. So Rockin' Ronnie, how was your long drive home?
Long. Oh, Brad says that he gets free hugs.
Ah, okay.
Mm. And Zoe, yes, there are bridges that are too far. I mean, not a lot, but there are a few. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe, you know what? You might be right, Zoe.
Eh.
I'm definitely down to get on the Sibian and have Mary Lou ride my cock. I'll tell you that.
Oh my god.
I might blow the top off of Mary Lou's head.
So Rockin' Ronnie's in Fort Lauderdale now, getting ready for the next big show, huh?
I guess.
Yeah. Cool. So what was yours?
That's a great question. I think there was two.
Okay.
One that's a little more intimate, and then the other was the parade. Okay, I'll tell you what sticks out in my mind. I actually wrote about this in the blog, or maybe I didn't. Did I leave it out? I can't remember now. Damn it. So during the Naughty Parade, it's balls hot and humid, first of all. So let me just lay that all out. It's hot. And Mary Lou and I are carrying signs for safersex.com. Anyway, going down the road, we make a left-hand turn. And at the same time the Naughty convention is going on, there's some sort of convention for the sight impaired.
Mm-hmm.
And so there were people with canes all over the place. Actually, that reminds me of another story. Remind me to talk about the drunk story.
Oh my god, no. Okay, but go ahead.
So anyway, so we're going down, and I look to my left, because we're kind of going back and forth, and there's these two ladies walking next to us, one with a cane. And I instinctually think, well, they're trying to get across the street, and they're just trying to figure out how to get through. And I'm like, hey guys, come on, you can come through. And I wave them to go through. But they're sort of dancing. They're both sort of dancing to the music because there's a band in front of us. And they came into the parade, and then they stopped and they kept walking with us and dancing at the same time.
Yeah.
And it just warmed my heart. It was like, wow, they're there just to have a good time like we are. And and what I mean by that is somebody who's not a part of what we are doing.
Mm-hmm.
But so freely jumped in to be a part of it. And I'm pretty sure one of them at least knew what was going on.
Well, yes, they're I'm sure that their guide was very much aware that we were all holding signs for sexual freedom and condoms and this and that and all over the place. But the person otherwise was merely enjoying the music and wanting to be a part of something at that moment. And, where everyone else was like, watch out, to your left, we were like, come on in, join us. And I totally get that, what you're saying, because I was kind of like, oh wow.
it was just a beautiful thing to me. It was just something that you could never plan something like that. It just happened, and that's that's one of the beautiful things of the universe. These
and truth was, there were a lot of people that were just jumping in and joining the parade. There was another couple that was directly in front of me at one point, and they were Instagramming, and they were, videotaping and taking, video of everyone's signs and stuff. And then they're like running off and waving at everybody like, hey, great. It definitely is. It's one thing to be a part of the parade and know what it is that you're out there promoting and talking about, being sex positive. It's another thing to actually have people in the crowd and in the cars that are driving by and whatever start reading your signs and like, oh shit, yeah, honking their horns and screaming and hooting and hollering, and you're like, they get it.
Yeah.
And that was very, very interesting and impressive for me.
Yeah. So those were so that was probably the one that had, I don't want to say the most impact, but a lot of impact. The other was really the House of Blues. I had a wonderful time there with you.
Yeah.
We literally danced from the entire time we were there. And I got to be honest with you, I'm still sore. But I had just such an enjoyable time there, dancing and watching the shows and just being in the moment.
Mhm.
At the very end of the night, right before we left, we were one of probably 5 couples that were left on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And that was closing out with the Chawa band, which was pretty cool. That was a very, very interesting and fun show.
It was. And I think a couple of times there were a few songs that uh, that I kept pointing out to you, like, this song, and you're just dancing along, and you're like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, no, like, the original of this song, and you're like, okay. And then I would start to sing it, and you're like, oh, no shit. Like, how do you turn Groove is in the Heart by Delight into a funk Creole New Orleans band, jazz band
Yeah.
type of song? I mean, it totally was like, whoa, that just woo woo. But it was freaking unbelievable. And you know me with music, I pick up the notes in the
Yes, you
back, and
do.
I'm like, that's this. And you're like, huh? What? It's what?
Food, Bob, food and music.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
your key.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Winer and diner, and you might get the 69er.
Oh my god. But
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm not gonna speak for you.
those were fun,
Yeah.
The phone party, oh my god.
Yeah. Well,
phone-
so Devious Deer is setting this up for us.
Uh-huh.
So DJ Rockin' Ronnie was at Naughty also, and
Mhm.
he's just. I have to tell this story. So I was talking with somebody, and they were talking about Ronnie and asking more or less about our relationship, and and sort of indicating that it seems like you've known each other for a long time. And I said, you know what? We've only known Ronnie for a year.
Yeah.
Like, officially have met Ronnie. We met Ronnie at the Escapades in Houston,
Right.
and just an incredible human being.
Mhm.
That aside, he DJ'd several times throughout the event. But what I would say, now we didn't go to one of the events he did outside of the actual hotel,
Right.
but we did go to the foam party that DJ Ronnie emceed.
Mhm.
And that was the other experience that was just like, wow, this is fucking incredible. It was packed. It was fun. We didn't actually go into the foam because that was behind us.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ronnie's just an unbelievable MC and DJ.
Yes.
Just kills it every time.
Yeah. Well, and like they noted, they're getting ready for their the Mocha Splash
Yes.
party in Fort Lauderdale that's coming up this week. So
yeah. I think is it Splash Mocha? Oh, hold on a second. I'm going to reread that. Is it Splash Mocha or Mocha Splash? I can't remember. So Zoe needs to interrupt the show with an important question. They need input to settle a hot topic on the couch tonight. Brad thinks squirt is urine, and so does Bob, and I say no. Can you give us some help? So we actually, one of the classes that we took was with Den, and specifically talked about this, but they did not. They did not address the whole urine thing specifically.
Okay. It is both. In the sense that when you there is a gland in the vaginal cavity, okay, that produces a secretion that just like when you think of like on a dog, their anal glands need to be excreted. That's what happens
Ugh.
sometimes when you squirt, but that's a whole different thing. I know. Shush.
Yeah.
Okay. But just trying to give a, different, like, there is a gland that's there. But again, pee comes out of your urethra. Whole
Say that
totally
3 times
different.
real fast.
Yeah, totally different area. So thank you, Carly. Uh, so it's possible at times that you will get both. A true squirter, you will have both. I know. It was a wrong analogy. I'm thinking of excretion. I had a
Listen,
conversation with someone today about their dog and blah blah.
Hold
But
on. Now, wait. It's out there, please. That is the most disgusting thing I've ever experienced in my entire life is watching somebody squeeze whatever that nasty ass shit is out
okay,
of somebody's
stop.
dog's butthole.
You don't need to perpetrate it anymore. But so the question is not, is it pee or is it an actual secretion? The question is the person a true squirter? A true squirter will have more secretion than urine. The urine is just a byproduct because it's pushing, your penis is pushing on the bladder, and so you'll have urine that will also come out.
Or when they're orgasming, the contraction is squeezing in there and squeezing urine out also.
Correct.
So if I can interject a comment into that.
Yeah.
If you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I think there's a huge difference between what we see in porn that's presented as squirting versus what actual squirting is.
Yeah.
And I'll submit that I will never forget the first time I was with a squirter. And it was an interesting experience, and I didn't know what the hell was going on because I didn't even know that was a possibility. That's how naive I was. But no, I think that's, yes, what you're seeing in porn is most definitely 100% them pissing. It's just super clear. They drink a lot of water. It's for effect. That's it. It's pee. And that's a fetish for some people. Can I get personal with you, Mary Lou?
Go ahead.
So I've experienced Mary Lou squirting, but not in the fashion that you see in porn.
Right.
And unfortunately, it's just, to me, it's the same as, guys watching porn and think, oh my God, I need to have an 8 to 10 inch dick to satisfy a woman. I think some women feel the same way. Like, oh my God, I've got to squirt like that in order to be a squirter. Therefore, you get some women that do that intentionally.
Right.
You also have the people who insist upon like, oh, I'll make you squirt, even though like I myself am not. I don't want anyone to try. That's not what I'm looking for. Can we just enjoy the experience,
Right.
Yeah.
So there's also pressure on a woman to squirt, but it should just be, either preference or just what your body does.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of pressures that, porn, listen, I love watching porn. I fucking jerk off to it as often as I can. But I also understand that those are all unrealistic expectations. Almost every part of porn is unrealistic. Even the ones that are sort of softcore, it's just a romanticized version of porn.
Right.
Real life is messy and weird.
Yeah. So, I mean, some women will produce a lot of secretion from their Bartholin glands and some won't. It's a matter of, excuse me. Everyone always assumes that the squirting actually comes from, and as always says, everyone has an opinion. Everyone always assumes that the come hither fingers in the vagina pushed all the way up is going to make you squirt. Well, all you're doing is you're not actually hitting my G spot, you're hitting my bladder. So that is pee, because the Bartholin glands are actually at the side of the vulva. They're actually in the lips of the vulva,
Right.
which is what gets when you massage someone's vagina, and they get inflamed and you see the blood rising. It's the same as a guy getting a orgasm or oh my god, an erection, an
Right.
arousal. For women, the arousal necessarily isn't in the clit as much as it is around the vulva and the lips, and you'll see that the color changes. And
Right.
that's where the Bartholin glands are. So I don't know
So
if that helps. But I go back to are they a true squirter, or are they just squirting for performance value?
yeah, I mean, I think it's a little of both. And we've seen performative squirters here at the club, and it's
Mhm.
annoying every fucking time. It just happened, what was that, 2 or 3 weeks ago in the couples group room, like just spread eagle on the bed and just into the fucking air, into the carpet. Like, what
Wait,
the fuck?
to be clear, we don't mind the squirting as long as the right precautions are taken. And just,
Exactly.
like now that whole room has to be cleaned, because
Yeah.
spray,
that's-
it's liquid, it's,
Yeah.
it takes away
Not-
from the,
Yeah. Not gonna complain. Not gonna complain.
It was a good show though.
Yeah. But there are pee
Yes.
pads. That's the purpose.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what I think a lot of
Hit
people.
the target. Put it on the floor and hit the target.
It would be more impressive if you could control your aim.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what? Listen. I just came up with another event. We're gonna have a squirting event, and we're gonna take the pee pads and we're gonna draw targets on them, and whoever can hit a bullseye wins. What do we think? Bad idea?
No.
I think that you're required to be here for that event.
Uh-huh.
I'll schedule you on as an extra cleaner, don't worry.
Oh my.
Yeah, maybe not. Oh my God, Howard. So, Mary Lou, you know the story. So, I don't know. Are we segueing out of Naughy? Are we done talking about Naughy?
Well, I'm just going to make this statement about Foxtail. Foxtail is let's just say this, was a nightclub here in Pittsburgh. It is no longer. It wasn't actually there were two videos, Howard. There was one, yes, where it was a water bottle. There was one where it was a Corona bottle, and it let's just say that they were looking for a double water fountain because it was in both orifices. And shot out. Yes. So if I find anyone do that here, let me just tell you, you won't make it out the door because I will beat you senseless.
That's after. Right? That's after you've been murdered.
Right.
Yeah, please don't ever do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel that reminds me of the
Cheryl Lynn will rip someone limb from limb.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. Out of everybody that we work with in the building, I'm most afraid of Cheryl Lynn.
Agreed.
Move her furniture. She'll come for you.
Yes, I mean there was an incident one night where somebody decided to pick up the. Those of you who have been to the club, there's a table. It looks like a gear. That's kind of a cool table. Actually, I want to paint it black and maybe make it look like an actual gear. But they, for some reason, decided it was okay to take it into the couples group room, and they were spinning it and doing spanking or something, and I thought Charlene was going to murder them. Yeah. Devious Tears says, "Don't mess with the sheriff."
Oh yeah.
What? I can't. What did I give her that badge for Daisy Duke's night? I
Yes.
can't remember why we gave her the
Yeah.
badge.
Yeah, it was the Daisy Dukes night. Or Dukes and Boots.
Yeah.
You would have thought that I
Yes.
gave her the best gift ever when I said she could keep that and she could wear it every week. She's like, I can? Like, so yeah, she wears that every week.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Foxtails is no more. They've been closed down. And that's what happens when you do
Fucked up shit like that.
And then go viral on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Going
that
viral
was
is never good for the business ever.
Yeah.
Well, not when you got shit. Not when you got stuff like that going on.
Yeah.
Shit.
At the bar. Like,
you know what? This reminds me. This is just a PSA. There is no fucking on the bar. There's no sitting on the bar. There's no squirting on the bar. There's no doing anything on the bar, at the club, or on the pool table.
mm-hmm. Just
almost anywhere else. And the car.
And anywhere near food.
We'd really prefer not on any of the tables, honestly. People do sit down to eat there.
Yes. I think maybe let's stay off the furniture designed for putting glasses and tableware on.
Yeah, exactly, JP. And you all know how I am about pH balance. A Corona with a lime in it in my hoo-ha.
No, that's messed up her stuff for weeks.
Oh, I know.
There's a part of me that thinks they probably don't care. But putting it in their booty hole and doing that.
Intoxication. But anyway. So yeah, we come home to being at Naughy to seeing all this stuff blowing up about, did you see this? Did you see that? And I'm like, oh my God. Pittsburgh, please. Ah. But anyway.
Hurdle.
So what else did you take away from being at Naughy?
It just excuse me. It was just nice to be with a bunch of good people. I was, we went with another couple who was helping with safersex.com. Most of you guys know we set up a booth there and everything. And the final night, we got to, they had sponsors and stuff there. So they had condom sponsors and all that. Well, they pretty much, from my understanding, ran out of condoms. So, or didn't have enough available, whatever. So we had brought 2,500 condoms to Naughy. So we ended up the last night distributing them all throughout the play area, and I thought that was pretty cool. That was sort of a proud moment for me. Like, we're at this, what I consider to be a huge event with very prominent, people in our community there. And, safer sex condoms are in the playrooms. Call me cheesy.
You got to save the day and be the hero too.
Yeah, I didn't look at it like that. It was just yes, and I appreciate you saying that, and there's probably some truth to that. But it was like, like if you had a product and you saw it on the in Walmart or something, like you saw it on the shelf, you're like, hey, that's mine. It was kind of that feeling. So
yeah,
it's like, hey, there's my condom
on that guy's dick.
Speaking of the condoms, I should have uploaded the video of one of our staff rolling one of the condoms up their foot. And there's kind of a funny story to this. There's two parts to it. Of course, this started with somebody claiming that, those condoms will never fit me. And so the staff opened up the condom right there in front of everybody. We have a video of this, and rolled it up over their foot, up their, like all the way up their calf. And of course everyone's like, oh my gosh. And we show the video to multiple people in there. It's very impressive. Mary Lou sort of
Mhm.
threw a little monkey wrench into the thing for me, because Condoms has an article more or less debunking that because the condom can fit over your foot or a watermelon or whatever, that doesn't necessarily mean it's the right condom for you. But Mary Lou, you work with One Condom, so maybe you should talk a little bit more about that. This is not a plug. We've not been paid to do this. We're just talking about it because this was something that happened.
Well, no, it's I was going to try and share this on the screen. Let's see if I can.
No.
I don't know if it'll let me. Let me see. Well, let me see if you guys can see that. Oh, maybe not. Nope. Okay.
Oh, well, hold on. Here we go.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Oh, that was the picture in itself of a condom over their leg. Yes, it can be done. It's more of a novelty trick and a way to basically, tell people like, hey, yeah, if I can put it on my foot, you can put it on your dick. Not from the premise that if I can make the effort to put it on my foot, you better damn well make the effort to put a condom on your dick.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think some people, certainly you want to be comfortable. I have a difficult time with condoms. I'm not going to lie. You and I, when we have sex, we don't use a condom. So I'm accustomed to that. So I can understand some people having objections to, oh, well, I normally don't use a condom. Yeah, I get it. But that's not a good reason to not use one.
Right.
And certainly, oh, this is too small isn't a great reason either. You can still use it. It just may not be as comfortable. And I agree in that regard.
Right.
So,
and that's why we always say, if you feel that you are that endowed, just like if you have latex allergies, you're going to carry your own condoms with you because you know what works best for you.
Right.
But to use the excuse of, oh, they just don't fit, so I'm not going to, that's not a good enough excuse.
Yeah. And I don't know that I would ever have sex with somebody who would pressure me or anybody else into doing that.
Right.
It's one thing if you say, hey, are you condoms only, or what, those things can be negotiated.
Right.
But to pressure somebody, that's no good. I knew Brad was a masochist.
I know.
Don't worry, Mary Lou's a sadist. She'll do some tormenting for sure.
I can make it into a little balloon animal.
No, please.
But no, there are
wait. Hold on, Anne. Was that not an evil laugh?
I think it sounds like, it was a curious laugh.
Oh.
Like we could try that.
Like would Brad let me tie his dick into a balloon animal?
Yeah. Some people enjoy that.
I love doing that, the cherry stem, trick, and that always gets people going like, oh, look, she can tie. So I mean, can you imagine what I could do with a finger cut on your on your cut?
I think I used to be able to do that.
I still do it now.
Yes, I agree, Devious Dear. Definitely a mischievous laugh. Whoa, Brad coming out with, I would let her do anything she wants with it. Are you sure about that?
G knows from experience. No.
I mean, kinda. There is definitely some truth there. All right, so Jason's asking why the Canton closed. So just for edification purposes, The lease did not get renewed. And we have been unable to find another suitable location as of yet. So it closed on May 28th. That was the last event, and that was it. Sorry. Brad says all I need to do is to approve what it gets stuck into. Oh, what's up, Boilermaker?
Hi, Boilermaker.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So those were my things with Naughy. I really enjoyed it. I really. This is, I'm imploring you, if you guys have any inkling of going, we'd love to have you join us next year. We're definitely going to be there. I think we're going to be there as safersex.com. I don't mean to put stuff out in the universe. It's not intended to, but Bob had sent out an email today to the Naughy attendees that there's the potential there for us to be working with Naughy next year. So, okay, Boilermaker, we'll take a look. Thanks. But anyway, Anne, what was your favorite part of about us not being here?
You had someone else that was checking on the kitties and giving them love. It's not that I don't love your kitties. It's just they make me sneeze, so I can't spend a lot of time with them.
Aw.
And then I feel bad because they're alone.
Yeah.
Well, I think that person wants to keep my kitties as chunky little kitties because I think they reprogrammed the auto feeder. And now they're getting fed 3 times a day rather than twice.
We don't know for a fact that it happened. We're just pretty sure it did.
Yeah. I'm like, it's 9:30
the microwave was
in
blinking, so there was a power surge.
That is true.
Do it.
That is true. But I think it's more fun to blame Sherilyn.
Oh yeah, she was adorable though. They send us pictures every day of the cats.
We are adopting her. Although if we adopt her, that means full time. I've got to be worried that she'll murder me in my sleep. Gee, do you remember that time I vacuumed and you walked through and you dropped that on the floor? And that's not her jerking me off.
Oh my
love
god!
her to death. But I'm glad Anne's afraid of her too.
So what do we have going?
Yeah, what do we got going on this week? Oh no, hold on. Whoa, we're not letting Anne off the hook that easy. Tell us about your weekend. How was last week?
What?
Last week was good. You guys were gone. What did we do? We did the Bear Essentials party on Friday. That was fun. A little quiet, but we lifted the rule of having to be in underwear or less out in the back rooms.
Right.
So that really helped people feel more comfortable.
Wait, were there a lot of people that were dressed down, like undressed or naked?
Yeah, it was a good mix.
Okay.
Good.
Yeah.
How was the beach party?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah. Busy?
It was. It was a good turnout. And
Good.
Nothing of note. Nothing sticks out. No.
Well, we had our guest DJ Blackout.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a nice change of pace.
Zoe had a slave, apparently.
I saw that as well.
Ooh.
What was that all about?
That's for Zoe to say.
Yeah, I let Minkin spank me for my birthday. We got that out of the way.
Nice.
It was nice. We were able to do it on the down low where really no one watched. So,
how many spankings did you get?
All 40 plus the warm up.
Oh.
Wait, a warm up?
There was a warm up.
Yeah, there was some light ones before she started having me count.
Oh. That sounds like a cheat. Mary, this video keeps getting choppy.
I know. And I don't know why. Like, I'm hooked up with both networks.
I
So,
don't know.
I don't know.
That's okay. What are you gonna do?
Yep.
And Zoe says I didn't flinch, and I did not. So apparently I'm not as much of a wussy as I thought I was. I told her to go easy on me.
Oh, Brad says that you were amazing as usual, and they were very needy, and that you helped them with everything that they needed.
I think they asked me for like 2 things: a fan to get turned off and a drink. Super easy.
Oh, the fan in the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of funny because so prior to having those fans, the biggest complaint was how warm those rooms would get. And now I think it's funny that people are commenting that it's too cold in the rooms. So I think those were good. Those were a good investment for sure. So, but I think we need to put the remotes in the rooms. What do you think?
You're going to tie it to a chain so we can't lose them.
Right.
Well, you probably don't remember the movie, but in the movie The Jerk, they had the gas station key attached to a tire rim, and maybe we could do that.
Oh,
It would fit in with the body shop theme.
And just mount it in every room.
Yeah, just hook a chain up to the remote to the tire rim.
Okay.
That way, if they try and steal it, they'll have to take the whole tire rim with them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that makes sense.
Well,
we
they
are a
do
body
have
shop,
they
so.
do have little mounts for them, but you can pull the remote right out of the mount. I don't know.
Oh, Zoe got to walk their slave.
Hmm.
Yay.
I think that's super interesting that Zoe had a slave.
Oh,
We'll have to talk more about that.
yes, we will. Behind the scenes.
Yes, for sure. I'm trying to think what else. I think that was pretty much it. We talked about the bottle and the booty hole thing, and talked about Naughy. And how was your birthday, Ann?
It was great.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. Wednesday I went to Roger Waters and saw that with Joe. So that was great. That was 2 years of waiting for that concert to happen.
2 years?
Yeah, he got tickets 2 years ago, but then everything was canceled because of COVID, and this was finally the rescheduling of it.
Wow. That's crazy.
So I was like, sorry, won't be there. We got plans.
No, where was that at?
I think the PPG.
Oh, the arena?
PPG?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, Brad.
I'm with Carly as well. I won't take off my clothes if it's cold.
No, I get it. Listen, I'm not trying to make it cold. I was just trying to find a happy medium with,
Yeah, it's really good that we don't pass out when we get into activities in the rooms too.
Right.
It does get stifling very fast.
Oh, so Boilermaker says they did some professional fireworks with some Navy SEALs. Okay. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Awesome.
Hey! It's Adrian Blaine.
Yes.
AKA cool. Amy Bacahouse. Welcome back. I saw the picture. You had a bunch of vials of blood. It looked like you were going to sell on the black market to vampires. They've
been working hard.
Okay, Howard said it was PPG Paints Arena.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you got to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry we missed your birthday. I know it was a big one.
It's okay. We'll do dinner at some point.
Yes, we will.
I hope so.
Adrian, the day
Amy
walker.
says they're a day walker. Excuse me. Anyway, yeah. Cool. So, Ann, what do we got going on this coming weekend?
Well, Friday is our Freaky Friday.
Oh, now what happens on Freaky Friday typically?
Usually lots of spankings. So apparently I picked the wrong weekend to receive my birthday spankings as it was out of theme, but lots of
Well,
flogging, rope tying, sometimes some needle play.
Brad, you got my attention.
sorry, Ann. You're getting cut off for
yeah, I
crabs.
know. I can't compete with crab legs. I understand.
All right, we're gonna have to speak on that.
And then on Saturday is our glow party, which I'm very excited for.
Yay.
Which I don't know what I'm wearing, but I really like to glow, so
Cool.
it's gonna be fun.
I'm gonna throw this out there to anybody watching this and anybody who does watch this before Saturday. Buy tickets online.
Oh,
This
yes,
event
please.
sold out last time. We got completely caught off guard. The party blew up, and I can already tell you, based on what we're seeing, it's probably going to happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than being turned away at the door, buy your tickets, and let's do this.
Ooh. Yeah, and I believe I have our globe painter coming on Saturday.
That would be fabulous.
Yeah. So they will actually be on the stage in the lounge with a sign up for anyone who wants to get painted.
Cool.
So that'll be fun. Because we always enjoy people coming in and getting painted and so forth. For the glow event, the cleanup, not so much. The cleanup of sheets, not so much. But
we'll be throwing.
I know that. Sure. Yeah, they actually use setting spray, professional setting spray, so that it dries faster and it doesn't rub off on furniture or your partner and or the bedding. So that'll be yay. Extra fun.
Devious Deer asked if it was going to be super packed. They're worried about Mrs. Deer's foot. We don't typically like to super pack the place. Halloween is about the only event that we really sort of push that limit of that. And I would say New Year's Eve is second to that. But and you're at the last one. I mean,
I feel like Miss Deer would still be able to navigate even with the crowds we had on Halloween.
Yeah.
Because there was still walking room and room to travel between the groups of people, and I think it would be okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
they want you to say it.
Hold on. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it in a very different way. So yesterday, I decided I was going to make dinner, right? So I get out the shrimp and I get it defrosted and I get the veggies out and I saute them in a pan or whatever. And, I'm seasoning it and salting it, but I don't want to over salt it and get it done. And I realize, it's a little bland or whatever. I give it to Mary Lou. I think she ate about half or maybe a quarter of the bowl and she's moved on to something else. And I realized
I had 3 bites and I was like, ooh, oh. And I just kind of put
she almost made those faces too. Like I'm sitting on the couch next to her. I'm like, fuck. I'll eat it all. That's fine.
To the side. I got up and I went and fended for myself.
She went and made fucking sandwiches.
Yeah.
She comes in fucking two-handed with sandwiches.
Yep.
I was like, anyway.
Yeah. So
my point of saying that is later the next day, I wrote on the refrigerator with a little board that says, sorry for your poopy dinner.
Yeah.
Or I said, I'm sorry dinner was so poopy. That's what it was.
Yes.
So there's your poop. That's how you got the poop.
Yep. It was bad. It was bad. But
it just needed more salt. That's all it needed.
Maybe that was it.
Yes, because I salted mine and it was delicious.
Once you salted yours.
Yes.
But hey,
your hands aren't broke. You can salt it.
I will say you've come a long way from the first time that you actually made me dinner and you tried to make me meatloaf with flaxseed in it because you didn't have breadcrumbs or something, but it was the chewiest, most rubbery meatloaf I have ever had in my life. And I was like, what'd you put in your meatloaf? And then when I went in the kitchen
night,
and I
Ricky.
looked, night, Ricky. When I looked in the kitchen, I'm like, why are there flax seeds on the counter? Did you put those in the meatloaf? Well, yeah, I thought it would be a good, binding agent. And I was like,
Filler.
okay, that explains it. The poopy
Wow.
meatloaf.
Remind me, listen, I'll never complain about anything you make.
Yeah, I know. I know you won't. Oh, she lied.
Anyway. Wow, Ricky's probably going to bed now. So
Okay.
all right. Well, so we went over this weekend's coming events.
Mm-hmm.
We did put up a phone party for the beginning of August, so make sure you get tickets for that because that's probably going to be another one that sells out. So
Yeah.
anyway, yeah, I think that's about it.
We have foam coming up. We have Jello coming up.
Yep, Labor Day weekend. Yep.
Labor Day weekend. A lot of cool stuff coming up. And if you want to join us on another trip, we're doing that Venice trip. So check that out in August for G's birthday.
I'm turning the big 5-1.
Yeah, so check that out on the news feed. It's on there. If anyone wants to join, last minute tickets are still available.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Oh, Bob is still here. Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. Good night, Boilermaker. We appreciate you guys watching. If you watch this live stream and you want to join the club, visit bodyshopclubs.com, click the apply button, fill out your application completely, and is being a real stickler with the applications, and I don't blame her because some of them are pretty terrible. So take your time, do the application. Once you're approved, you'll be able to attend. That being said, if you need more professional help, I happen to know a board-certified sexologist. Happens to be the person right below me, Mary Lou. Visit marylou.com. That's the word and, not the ampersand. I did Mary Lou's banner for Naughy, and I used her signature logo, which has an ampersand instead of the word and. So, and I put a .com at the end, and so it was marylou.com.
Yeah, doesn't
that
work.
doesn't work. Anyway, so marylou.com. I think that's it. Ann, do you got anything before we sign off?
I just want to say that if you bring your own glow paints for the glow night, please make sure they're water soluble and washable, so that if anything gets on our stuff, we can wash it out. And yeah, that's it.
That would be great. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yay.
All right, folks. Well, if we don't see you this coming weekend at the club, we'll hopefully see you next Wednesday, same time, same bat channel. You guys have a good night. Love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Certified free, 7 days a week. That wet ass pussy good. My pull-out game weak. Ooh, yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. Swimming in it, baby. I'ma bring a bucket and a mop, darling. Give you everything I got. I'm falling. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass. extra large and extra hard. Put your pussy in my face, swipe my nose like a credit card. I'm on top, you wanna run, do a giggle while listen, spit in your mouth, girl, while you're looking in my eyes. Your pussy is wet, I'ma take a dive, I'ma tie you up like you're a prize. Let's play, I'll wear disguise, I'ma park my Mack truck and you can ride. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass, swimming in it, baby. Yeah. I'm fucking with that wet ass, pussy. Gobble me, swallow me, drip it down inside of me. I gotta jump out before it gets inside of you. Tell me where to put it, but don't tell what you about to do. Talk your shit, baby, bite your lip, girl. Ask for a car while you riding that dick. Oh, I'm on top, you wanna ride, do a giggle while it's inside. Spit in your mouth, girl, while you're looking in my eyes. Your pussy is wet, I'ma take a dive, I'ma tie you up like you're a prize. Let's